Temperature, -20 degrees Celsius. Location, a small wooden house in rural America. Inside that house, a 90-year-old woman named Eleanor was washing dishes slowly. Her hands were shaking, not just because of age, but because of the freezing cold. Outside, the snowstorm was merciless, wind screaming, snow flying like sharp needles. Suddenly, she heard it, a faint sound, almost lost in the storm, a weak cry. She froze, listened carefully. There it was again, a desperate whimper. At 90, stepping outside in -20 degrees Celsius is not bravery, it is danger. But Eleanor didn't hesitate. She grabbed her old wool coat, wrapped a scarf around her neck, and opened the door. The wind hit her like a wall. Her breath turned into white smoke instantly. Snow was already knee-deep, but the sound was coming from the backyard near the old wooden fence. She saw something barely moving, a small dog, half buried in snow, its fur covered in ice, its eyes barely open. The storm had swallowed it. Without thinking, Eleanor dropped to her knees in the snow. Her fragile hands started digging, slowly, painfully. Her fingers turned red, then numb, but she kept digging, because sometimes love moves faster than age. The wind grew stronger. Snow covered her shoulders. She could barely feel her hands anymore. But finally, she pulled the tiny body free. The dog was frozen, weak, barely breathing. Eleanor wrapped it inside her coat, holding it close to her chest, and whispered, "Stay with me, sweetheart, stay with me." She struggled back toward the house, each step heavy, each breath painful, but she made it. Inside, she placed the dog near the fireplace, covered it with warm blankets, rubbed its tiny paws gently. Minutes felt like hours. Then, a small movement, a weak breath. The dog opened its eyes. Tears rolled down Eleanor's wrinkled cheeks. At -20 degrees Celsius, life had won. The next morning, the storm had stopped. Sunlight touched the snow gently, and that little dog was sitting beside her chair, looking at her like she was its whole world. Maybe she saved the dog's life, or maybe the dog saved hers, because in that frozen silence, she realized something powerful. At 90 years old, your body may be weak, but your heart can still be fearless. In a world covered in ice, one warm heart was enough to bring life back. Fade to white snow.
Please spot me, like, share, and subscribe to my channel.